Namaste, guys. I hope you all are doing amazing. Happy Saturday's Day for you all. Not for me. I run off on a different schedule my ancestors have me on. And so, yeah, I hope you all are doing amazing. Okay. I hope you are treating yourself well. I hope you are grounding in your truth into this experience, right? That's what I always speak to you about. I have some beautiful messages from the Holy Spirit. Okay, this message is for those who are ready to receive, those who are ready for the inner shift. Okay, and so let me just set my attentions. Okay, I open as a clear vessel of divine within me. I witness without absorbing. Only truth, clarity, and guidance pass through me. All energies return to their rightful place, blessed and whole. Okay, and so this is the message. Okay, and then I have another creed that I just started. My guides have instructed me to do. Okay, it says I read from channel. I read and channel from the God within me, whole, clear, and complete. I am not here to prove my worth ethics, inherent and external and internal. I am a guide, not a judge, a witness, not a carrier. Every message I deliver is enough for the moment it is given. I trust the divine flow through me, and I release all the need for validation. My readings are a sacred bridge between spirit and those who are ready to receive. And in this work, I am full, I am full in my true self. I welcome my inner dancer to move within me, bringing light, joy, and rhythm to every word I speak. We shine together now, free, safe, and seen. Okay, and so this message is a powerful message. It came through earlier today. I don't know. You know, my days be my days. I work with Holy Spirit. I work with divine consciousness, the Most High, that energy. And so my ancestors, the primordial energy. Today I'm working with spirit, the primordial energy of spirit, the spirit self before the reclamation. The spirit self before it became something. Okay, before it became a thing. And so this is the energy I'm working with today. The spirit, the primordial raw essence of spirit before it was labeled a thing. Okay, this is the energy I'm working with today. And so was a very beautiful message that came through. My heart fluttering. And it says, let me just read it. Okay, and it says, so we are energy bubbles, right? We are energy bubbles. And then this download I got a while ago, I was shown that we're just energy vessels, bubbles. I was shown our true state of existence. You know how those, what do they call, spirit? Neutrons, electrons that vibrating, because they're showing me vibration. That's what we naturally are, right? And it says that only when you give it a name, it becomes solid or a solid. Okay, give it a story, right, that will enforce itself to be something, a his story, right? His HIS / story, his story that enforces you to believe that you are something, right? And it says it reinforces your belief system about the perceived you, right? The you that is looking at yourself in the mirror, that reinforces that belief, right? And it says, like the Matrix scene, when the little boy said, do not try to bend the spoon, but realize there is no spoon. And it's not the spoon that you are bending, it is yourself that you are bending, right? And let me finish cooking. Let me finish reading, okay? And it says, we're talking about myself. This is my realization about me. I pray that you come to a realization about you as far as yourself, who you are perceiving yourself to be, right? And it says, I became what they labeled me as. I became what they called me. I adopted what they thought about us, right? Mirror is very significant. And so I was trying to figure out what's significant about the mirror, right? I remember as a child, I used to always look in the mirror because I sensed a presence way deeper than what I saw in the mirror. I never thought anything of myself in the mirror. I had to be like around 6 or 7 years old, 555 on my timer. And I never saw anything as far as the self. This wasn't labeled as anything just yet at that age. And what's funny, I asked my granddaughter, I said, what you been thinking about? She was like, nothing. And that's true, right? Because she doesn't have a label yet. She doesn't see herself as being anything separate than what's going on around her. Her ego, her personality hasn't been branded into her yet, right? I hope you all are following what I'm saying, right? And then it says, when I was a little kid, I used to always see something in my left eye, like a presence, something deeper than what I saw in front of me, because I didn't have no awareness of what I saw in front of me. I just saw this. It was never claimed to be anything. It was never anything. It just was this, right? And so I remember getting in trouble. I think I had to be like around 6 or 7, and I got the shit beat out of me like every fucking day. And I remember going in the mirror, telling myself, like, whatever I saw in the mirror who was getting into trouble, that's when I labeled myself as trouble. That's when I labeled myself as hard-headed. That's when I labeled the thing that was looking back at me in the mirror as something. I reinforced the thing. I gave myself a label only because that's what happens when you come into this physical reality. Man ascend into sin, right? Quote unquote what they call sin. But man only ascend into sin because their parents reinforce sin upon them, right? If had parents not, and only reason the parents force sin upon the child is because they are wounded. They are born in sin, right? Their parents are born in sin, right? And so they label you because that was labeled unto them, right? Let spirit cook, right? And so it just said, like, I understood that. I remember a couple of years ago when I had that inner homecoming to the being, the essence of me, that spit fire spirit that resides inside of me. And then it kind of like pointed me to the sun, and it gave me the analogy of the sun isn't the sun. It's only labeled the sun because people label it as a thing, as a sun, right? And it's just like, it was showing me like the relational terms, like the relational issue, not the relational issues, but give me a different word, like the relational aspects of the sun and the self, right? You have to name a thing in order to be able to use it as a thing. And so I was just like, oh, so what were you before the label? What were you before you became your name? What were you before you became what people call you? What were you before you knew you were black? What were you before you knew you were introduced to the slave shows? What were you before you were introduced into poverty? What were you? You were that pure 4-year-old, like my granddaughter, pure essence, pure of the Most High Divine, not separate from the Most High Divine. You never saw yourself as a problem because there were no self then. Okay, let's finish cooking, right? And it says, at first, this is something that I work. It said, at first I was nobody. And because free divine energy moving freely flow through me, right? Like the sun, okay? This is just what I just told you all, okay? The truth about it is just there is no self. There is no self. There is no self in problems. There is no self in lack. There is no self in judgment. There is no self in fear. The thing becomes detangling yourself from the system that puts you in suppression. That's the thing. Okay? The message was so beautiful. And then earlier, like right after I waited a little while, I went into a little meditation, and I just, you know, kind of like wanted to take a nap, but I couldn't fall asleep because I was just beaming with so much energy. 11:11 just passed my timer. And so I had I started cooking dinner, and then I said, let me pull some cards because, you know, I want to see what this energy is. And then let me tell you the cards that came out. Teachability, okay, hollow bone, Florida water, and this says natural form, enhance potion, red rose cleansing. This is the energy that's available for you all during this Lionsgate portal, during this full moon, right? This is the energy that is available for you all for elevation, okay? And so then we have here mirror magic, the card number 32. 32 is change, right? Lunar light, past lives spectrum, self-care. Look how she's looking through that mirror, and what is being reflected back to you? The stars, the galaxies, the universe itself. Let me get to I ain't done cooking. Possibility for union, the card number 47, Sky Bridge, right? And then the bottom of the deck card was, look at that, the authentic self, mini mask, right? And this is the channel message I got from this about a few months ago. What mask are you listening to, right? And then right after that is beginner's mind, first breath, and then we have mindful group thing, and then the power of community, because like you were giving this because of your community, right? And that is what you're reconciling, right? The willow tree, reconciliation. This is your disowned self, right? This is the inner child within you that did not get a chance to experience life because it was put up and you became something else. That is that essence that lives within you that never got a chance to express itself. Now, I talk about this all the time to y'all, but this feels a little bit different. I don't know, because it just feels a little bit different, okay? Because, man, it feels different, okay? I have to say that, okay? It just feels beautiful. It feels different. And I hope you all are, you know, taking the time to go within and love on yourselves. And I say this all the time. There is change, and once you keep going, like, I would never give up on myself. I would never quit on me. I would never quit on me. I would never stop what I'm doing to focus on something outside of me. And every time you get and level up, an old energy will come back around and try to mingle with you to keep you attached to it. So it will bring up whatever mask, one of these masks that has a similar energy to you that you probably haven't really healed yet, right? And it will come around you, right? And it will try and lure you back into this energy. so that you're able to associate with it and it's able to associate with you. And so you're validating its existence, but you don't exist. There is no self. There is no self. There is no self, right? I don't know how to say that. It just was a beautiful message, right? Your star is within you. Your Holy Spirit fire is within you. It is not on the outside of you. It isn't in anything outside of you. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Ooh, I just heard the kingdom of heaven is at hand. It is within you. It is not outside of you. It is not in any other person. It isn't in the outside God, because that God belongs to the mental space. That God always judging is never good enough. It's never enough. But you are whole, you are healthy, you are here right now. And it's in the Master Yeshua always say, suffer the little children not. Suffer them not. Do not suffer them. Do not place your shit on them. But it happens, right? And that is your divine birthright. That is your inheritance, right? To inherit that energy, that raw power energy right back to you. But you have to go and remove the layers. And I'm done with this message, Spirit. I don't need to say nothing else. I'm gonna close this energy, and it says, the message is delivered. The energy is complete. All that is not mine returns to source, blessed and whole. I close this channel in love and light. Namaste, guys. Take care. Bye.